of the South American country has now raised serious concerns. Brazilian President Lula da Silva has said that any U.S. military intervention in Venezuela could turn into a humanitarian catastrophe and that it could risk destabilizing regional security. Let's listen in.
Passadas mais de 4 décadas desde a Guerra das Malvinas, o continente sul-americano volta a ser assombrado pela presença militar de uma potência extra-regional. Os limites do direito internacional estão sendo testados. Uma intervenção armada na Venezuela seria uma catástrofe humanitária para o hemisfério.
This comes as U.S. President Donald Trump has issued a statement earlier this week which ordered a blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers entering and leaving Venezuela. This is reportedly Washington's latest move to increase pressure on Nicolás Maduro's government by targeting its main source of income. Moreover, Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum too has already urged the U.S. to restrain its military activity in and around of Venezuela. Now for this discussion, we welcome Mr. Rabinder Sachdev. He's an author of Trumpotopia and international affairs expert, also founding member of Imagine India Institute, joins us live from New Delhi. Thank you very much, Mr. Sachdev, for joining us again. Good to see you. Now looking at this, how do you analyze the current, backing by Brazil, as we know that they have, including Brazil's latest comments of Lula da Silva, we know that China and Russia has also made statements towards backing Venezuela, but none of them have acted upon, other than just the statements. Do you think these statements mean something, and do you think that there can be any action other than these statements?
Thank you, Asuma. Pleasure to be with you and your viewers. I think absolutely to the second part of your question, there can be statements, but we do not expect to see any action on the ground by either Russia or China. We'll come to that later. But in a big picture, what's happening with regards to Venezuela and with regards to what Brazil and Lula is saying, see, we have to look at the US came out in a big picture with a national security strategy just a week ago. In that, the US is claiming, emphasizing that the Western Hemisphere is a region of dominance by the United States. In this also they've added that there was a Monroe Doctrine, that this will be a corollary to the Monroe Doctrine. What it means is that South America, Latin America, this region will be and should be and must remain within dominance of the United States, and at the same time, which obviously implies that there should be no interventions, no major expansions by the Chinese or Russians in this region. So that's the big picture. Now coming to what's happening with regards to Venezuela, definitely yes, Trump administration claims and says that Venezuela is enabling narco-terrorism, one, narcotics, supplies fentanyl, ethyl cocaine into United States, which needs to be curbed. That's one. But also to be seen is that Venezuela is sitting on it is sitting on the world's largest oil reserves. Venezuela is not the producer, the largest producer. The largest producer right now may be Russia, Saudis, even the US and all. We can look at the numbers. But in terms of reserves, Venezuela is sitting on world's largest oil reserves. So there is obviously that game also ongoing. So oil is a factor with respect to what America is doing. Now, with regards to what Lula is saying, it's absolutely understandable. Lula is a socialist. He belongs to the other side of the spectrum, which does not find favor with the current American administration. The current American administration of the Trump government, Trump administration, is pushing and encouraging parties, political parties and movements in this region which are towards the right. Lula is a socialist. Within Brazil, if you see, Trump administration has been supporting Bolsonaro. okay, who has been, charge sheeted with multiple aspects, including a coup attempt of sorts within Brazil. So the statement coming from Lula is understandable. The issue or the point that he's making that if America undertakes action against Venezuela that lead to a humanitarian crisis, that's understandable. But in the world of today, unfortunately, humanitarian crises, I think, are not given any relevance. So, sure, Lula is expressing his opposition in principle, but Brazil can do nothing. It's only mere words. So the bottom line is that what the US government or Trump administration plans with respect to Venezuela could proceed ahead uh, in the weeks, days ahead. And yes, that could lead to a humanitarian crisis, that it could lead to other things. But I think end of the day, what it could lead to and what America is aiming at is a regime change in Venezuela.
Yes, and right, and thank you very much, Mr. Sachdev, for sharing that. Please stay with us as we come back to you for our next discussion as well. Now, moving on to Bangladesh,